Hello everyone, welcome to week number 5 of the Pokémon Metronome League. I am your commentator Jet, here to get you underway for week number 5. We're starting off with Sylveon Acacia, or whatever he feels like he's calling himself at the week, and Or on the other side. Starting off fairly good here for Sil, already in a big advantage, but Flying Press, not very effective. How do we get on the other side? A Dire Claw gets the paralysis, and a paralyzed as well. Bubble Beam will finish him off. 4-3 in Sil's favor. Still yet to win a set in this tournament. Would love to get the first one here, and a Shell Smash will give a big advantage, at least physically, for the rest of the fight, as long as Ribbon will stay in. Leaf Edge, not a lot of damage. Again, this Pokemon very bulky. As Ribbon close to death. What does it have? Wrap misses. It wouldn't have affected anyway due to it being a ghost type. Toxic Spikes setting up for the rest of the fight. A genius play. Power Trick, not gonna do much. Roleplay takes the Pixelate. We have to wait and see if he wants to keep it. For the time being, it seems like a yes. Shackle Spirit. Spirit Shackle doing a bit of damage. The Fog gets rid of the poison and the Sandstorm just ends. Darkest Lariat almost gets the KO alive on 1%. And Water Shuriken will do it. Ribbon extends the lead. And does it manage to get any more? Yes, Flip Turn gets itself out of the field for now. And a lunge, a massive amount of damage, critical hit, and lowers the attack. A good start so far. Flutter up special attack, but also a confusion that hits itself, and the switch comes in. Butt Kicker dodges the attack. The Stone Edge would have done a decent amount of damage as Headlong Rush does get the KO. It loses some defense, but gets the kill. 2-3. Monkey gets on the field, up against Misty now. Rock Slide, decent amount. As on the other side, Scorching Sands, massive damage, super effective, but Slack Off gets the HP back. Aerial Ace, not as strong. Unfortunately, less of a physical attack. Jaw Lock is now stuck in, and that's a lot of damage. Shockwave from the one side, Fairy Lock on the other. He's extra locked into the fight now, I suppose. Starming Voice, not very effective. Clear Smog, not enough. We're very close to seeing another KO. Rock Slide will do it. 2 against 2, but Ribbon and Misty are almost down, and Heat Crash will do it. We're now down to the Shackle. Can defense do enough? We have to wait and see. Pedal Blizzard, not much, as Shell Side Arm will get the KO. It's a 1v1 between Butt Kicker and defense. Speed swapping, as now the Shackle will be faster. He has the speed advantage and the defense advantage, but the power advantage is definitely on the side of Butt Kicker. As we keep going, a physical attacks, we're doing a little bit at a time. Shackle, a very defensively built Pokemon, needs to just do a little bit of damage at a time. Earth Power, critical hit but not a lot of damage. Draco Meteor, massive amount but loses all special attack. It's looking good so far. Tri Attack, do we get any effect? No, we do not. Rave Rush, a lot of damage, but now a lot more susceptible to damage. Double Edge, huge amount, down to 4%, but he's alive. Knockoff will do it. Game 1 goes to Or, just barely. Close game, but good enough. As we're going now to game number 2 to see can Or close the set. Terrain Pulse to start, not a lot of damage. But he's hoping to start well as an Aura Sphere from the other side. Ribbon, massive amount. Loses some attack. Can it get the KO? Yes, it can. Flare Blitz will do it. A little bit of chip damage in return, but it's a good win nonetheless. Idol on the field. Pollen Puff, decent amount, not much else. Water Pulse, also small damage. Nuzzle, that is a guaranteed paralysis. And now it's looking bad. Here comes the switch. The Asian, the Plusle, gets on the field. And here is a plus speed last respect. Decent damage, but not much more. As there is a setup. Dusknor setting up. Grass Knot, decent amount. As Dragon Rush almost gets the KO. All the way down to the red. Water Gun does get him down to the yellow HP. Mean Look. And Plusle is stuck on the field. Psyblade, not gonna do much. But the paralysis keeps him on a good position. Acrobatics for a little extra damage. Toxic will kill the Placel in the next turn. Unless something crazy happens, Volt Switch is one of these options. He's out, and he's still on the field. Sand Tomb, and that's a bit more chip damage now on Ribbon. Flutter to make his stats go even higher. Does he hit himself in confusion? No, he gets paralyzed. Ribbon Noble Roar lowers the stats. On the other side, more paralysis, down to 30%. Poison Sting, it can't poison due to him already being paralyzed. He's still paralyzed as the Sand Tomb continues to chip down on the Sylveon. He's no longer confused and gets through Super Fang, but the Sand Tomb is over, so he gets to live. Horn Drill misses. Would have been an instant KO regardless. Heatwave will take it, and it's a 3v3 now. The Asian on his last legs tries to bounce. He will manage to get the hit off before the KO, just barely. And it's not gonna kill the other side. Shell Smash trying to set up on the last second by the Dusknoir as Placel is also out. Here comes the Panzer. Eerie spell, and that will be enough. 2v2. Roaring Moon into the field. Waterfall, not gonna take it, but a Leer just to lower defense. Memento kills himself, and it's a 2v1. Air Cutter obviously not gonna hit. Nothing is on the field, as we only have 2 remaining. Psyshield Bash, and it gets plus defense. But speaking of plus defense, here comes the Shuckle with its own plus defense. And once again, we're on a 1v1. Who will clutch it out this time? Terrain Pulse not gonna do a lot of damage, as we're just slowly moving down. Insomnia, honestly, a better position at the moment. There's no switches, so just being better against sleep is a good thing. Misty setting up for more damage. The Starmie is setting up as the Shuckle re-heals itself. Fire Blast, and that's a big amount of damage. Night Days on the other side, also big amount. Accuracy is dropped. Can he clutch it out? Maybe. Air Slash with the critical and the flinch. It's very close. Dragon Dance, he just needs one good hit to win. Super Fang, both are down to the red. Shadow Ball misses. Shadow Ball misses. Toxic on the other side. He only has 1 turn left. Bitter Malice, will it be enough? Yes! Yes, it will. And Or wins the set, just barely in both games. But that's a 2-0, and Or will win. As we move on to set number 2, mid, Fix Snorlax 69420 against Lapis. And what a start! Blast Burn, immediate one turn kill, and the Clink is already out, present with a critical hit, but it's a low roll, so it's not much. Draco Meteor, my goodness! Kit is not playing around, just trying to kill as fast as it can. Already so much damage. Frenzy Plant, he's now stuck for another turn, and the Fire Punch will get a KO. Already, it's a 4v2, and we're only on the 6th turn. Bitter Malice, not gonna do anything because Snorlax is, of course, a normal type. But we keep going. Healing Wish, and it killed itself. Kit, believing it's done its job, leaving the field. Judgment from the Metapod. Cross Chop, not gonna do much, even with a critical. It's not very effective after all. Ice Spinner, also not much. As they slowly chip each other down. Head Smash, decent amount, but also takes a decent amount itself. Rock Tomb, decent, good damage. Lowers the speed, it's now faster. Minimized to give itself extra void to avoid the surf. Probably wouldn't have done much anyway, but here comes a Lunar Dance, and it kills itself. And now it's just one left. Can the Garchomp do enough? It decides to be a bug type to end it. Rock Smash, Rough Skin, and it manages to keep his stats as is. Close Combat, not a good choice. It now has less defense, as there are 2 on the other side. Here comes Audino. Psych Up is trying to copy it, and there we go. The stats are back. Toxic Spikes not gonna help, as there is only 1 left on the field. Roleplay will not work. Bounce, no paralysis, and Rock Polish, and now Audiobook is faster, will go first. Mega Kick for big damage. Stab damage out, but the Synthesis heals the Garchomp right back. Terra Blast, and he got the damage right back. As we keep trading attacks, throat chop, decent amount, but more rough skin, cheap damage, power trick on the side of Garchomp. Hard swap. When we swapped stats, an interesting strategy to make Garchomp even faster, but on the other side, make him weaker. An interesting strategy. We have to wait and see if it pays off. Dragon Breath, no paralysis. Aerial Ace. He's now a bug type, so that does more damage than usual. As Howl gets the attack back up to natural. Solar Blade, not gonna do much because again, bug type. Solar Blade, and that's more chip damage. Close to taking out the Audino Hex, but he's immune. Supersonic, and the Garchomp is confused, hits itself. In confusion, String Shot lowers the speed back down. Now he only has plus attack. Thunder Punch, not gonna take it yet. Rock Polish, and it's back up to speed again. Close combat, but because of this bug typing, it's actually defensive enough, and Audiobook takes itself out. Got out of confusion, and Wave Crash is going to miss, as here comes the the Hydreigon, and the Hydro Cannon will take the game. Game 1 goes to Lapis. Great job as we're getting ready for game number 2. Two Metal Gears didn't get to do anything in the last game, would love to actually do something, and it already did more. Bullet Punch, at the very least some stab damage. Fiery Dance, huge amount, and gets the extra special attack. Fire Lash on the other side, more damage, gets rid of his defense. Both sides deciding to go for some fire moves. Infestation going to slowly chip him down. But the wish could help him stay alive, but no, Roar of Time, and the Metapod gets the kill. Pollen, Sky Attack will probably get the KO, will it? Yes, it will. 3v3. Love Disc doing its job. Get onto the field, Flame Charge, and gets the extra speed. So far, so good. Skill Swap, they're deciding to switch positions. They kind of stop each other, so none of these will come into play until one of them gets KO'd. Pollen taking small chip damage from the Sand Tomb every turn now, until it stops, and is already down to the yellow. Get Mach Punch to just go take him a bit lower at a time. Hammer Arm to lose some more speed. Pollen's one good stat. Heal Pulse though, heals him right back. We're back on the field. Pound doing a little bit more. And we're back to fighting. Thunder Punch, oh. And Kit just decides to heal him to take him back down. Quite an evil play, but it works. As Synthesis from the Snorlax as it gets on the field is a good start. Echoed Voice, not gonna do much. Aqua Tail, and we're down into the yellow. Echoed Voice again, and just slowly taking the Snorlax down. But here's the freeze, a huge freeze from for mid. Fiery Dance, and that's a lot of special attack up. But of course, because it's a fire move, he's unfrozen now. Dragon Claw, but he's immune. That's a fairy type. Will not do much. Sheer Cold misses. Every time you see a one-hit KO, just if it hits, that's huge for the side that it hit. That hits, of course. Strength Sap, Snorlax back up again. Fake Tears, but no special defense. Quite the opposite of each other at the moment. Volt Tackle, and he gets the paralysis, and of course some reverse damage. Turns into a water type, loses its good typing, but gets a lot of defense on the field. Metal Sound, and loses a little bit of it. Headbutt, do we get the paralysis or the flinch? No, he gets for both. Metal Claw, not gonna do much. Stockpile, just more defense. Kit will not fall as another Strength Sap. It has no offensive presence at all, but now it has a lot of HP. Hyper Voice, not gonna do much. Again, a lot of special defense. Mega Kick, but not a lot of attack. Fury Swipe, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 hits. Phenomenal. Imprison. Oh, it gets the Imprison. That is arguably the best move in this situation, because now, as long as he doesn't kill himself, the other side can only struggle. And struggle, of course, doing 25% to yourself is a lot of damage that you have to just take every single turn. He would actually prefer to get paralyzed and hope that Kit will kill itself, but at the moment it's not happening. Okay. What will Kit do? Drain Punch, and it even heals itself a little bit, Before, of course, Garchomp gets on the field, also stuck within prison, can only struggle. And by the amount of damage he does, unless Garchomp gets a critical hit, or Kit does something stupid, it looks like it's over, and it isn't, actually. Kit does the stupid, and it's barely alive. But here comes the Hydreigon. Water Pulse will take it, and that is enough. Lapis takes the set 2-0. Let's move on to set number 3. Bats against Seahawk. As we're starting off, Shadow Force, that's going to do a lot of damage, as it is a super effective move, and that's a KO already. 4-3 this early on. Heart Swap not gonna do anything at the moment. Twister, just a little bit. Throat Chop, good damage. He's now got the Throat Chop effect. As Air Cutter from the other side, not gonna do much. Revelation Dance, but it's resistant. Dragon Rush does miss. This would have done a lot of damage, as Mystic Power just does a little bit at a time. Being a Steel type really does help at times, and here you can see exactly why. Shadow Punch, on the other hand, super effective. Glaive Rush, and he's now lowering his defense for this one turn. Psychic is going to do a lot because of it, but he does stay alive. Fury Attack, 1, 2, 3 with a crit, and that's enough for now. Weather Ball, not gonna take it. Disrespect, barely alive. Flip Turn, and he is gonna get the KO and gonna get out, as Dragonite gets on the field against the Alolan Zork. Never mind, we're switching to the Sunflora. And the Perish Song is on the field. Is anyone gonna stay for now? Both sides are staying. Body Slam, no paralysis. And Spirit Shackle, huge damage. We still have one more turn that they can play with. Let's see if any of them will decide to do so. Yes, they will. Shift Gear, unfortunately, will not come into play, as you need to switch out. Unless he just decides to stay with his 3%. Let's see. He does stay. Just do as much as you can, but roll out, not gonna do much. And that's a KO. 4v1. Meowstic onto the field. Bug Buzz, not gonna do much. It's resistant. There's Perish Song again, and he only has one Pokemon left on the field. All Bats has to do is just switch in the next few turns. And realistically, actually, in every way possible, this match is already over. Bats officially wins game 1, regardless of what happens. Trying to get the KO maybe ahead of time. Is he gonna make the switch for a sweep? Let's see. He doesn't. He actually just... No, never mind. He gets the sweep anyway. And Bats wins 4-0 in a destructive way. Amazing game. Now, unfortunately, game number 2 was never recorded, but Bats has also won this one, which means he won the set 2-0, continuing the 2-0 tradition for this week. As we go to the 4th set, Jet against Mercy. Starting off fairly good so far for Mercy, trying to get a KO. Solar Beam, not going to do much. Say Shield Bash just gets a little bit more defense. Just 7%. Here we go. Mega Punch, not gonna do much, but Psyblade will get a KO. 4-3. As the Lucario gets on the field, Assurance, just a decent bit. Wave Crash, an instant KO, and the Gyarados survives. Chuck next on the field and becomes a Water type. Struggle Bug, not gonna do anything. Loses some special attack, but gains a lot of attack on return. Fleck type is now just a normal type, decides to give up on flying. Can Water Shuriken do enough? No, only 2 hits. Astonish, but no flinch. Tar Shot, just to lower some speed, but get even more attack on the field. And he is faster. Mach Punch, a good amount of damage. Torch Song will be enough. Extra special attack, but the damage has been done. The Gyarados doing an amazing amount of work. Electro Web to lower some more speed. Twister, but he's immune, of course. Fairy type. Stealth Rock on the field, that's gonna damage the final one. Scorching Sands, not much. Self-Destruct on the other side, though, and that's a boom. And now it's a 2v1. As Night Days gets on the field, good amounts of damage. Lower some accuracy. As Fissure, but he's immune. That actually hit, but because it's a flying type, it didn't do anything. Knock off, so no berries left. Spit Up is gonna do nothing. It's looking very, very over at the moment, but let's see if anything can change. Gyro Ball, huge amounts of damage, but not enough to kill. Night Slash, but more chip damage because of Iron Barbs. Solar Beam could maybe get the KO. Will it? It hits and does kill. We have a 1v1. Just one left on the field for both sides. Nightshade, good damage. Simple Beam, as it's now just simple instead. Horn Claws to set up some more. Just needs one good hit and this will take it. Dragon Breath not gonna do much. Quiver Dance setting up some more just to be extra certain. Sludge Wave misses the target. Magic Room. And round also misses. No damage at the moment. Nightshade once again. And that's the KO. Game 1 goes to Mercy. Good job to Mercy for taking the game as we're ready for game number 2. Down they go into the field. And it's Lucario onto the field first. Powder Snow not gonna do much. Mountain Gale, much better if both moves are resistant. Will-O-Wisp, but due to Puring's halt, it's immune. Brave Bird, huge amounts of damage. Magnetic Flux, not gonna do anything. Headbutt, barely standing. Double Kick, that's gonna do a decent amount. Hits twice and is super effective. Sleep Powder, oh, he's trying to set up maybe. Still asleep, obviously. Draco Meteor, that's gonna get the KO. Unfortunately, losing some special attack on the way, but does manage to take the first one down. Moonblast, good amounts of damage. Smoke Screen to lower some accuracy. He's planning something as the rest comes out, but 100% means it doesn't get into effect. Inferno misses, would have maybe got a KO. Flail on 100% will do nothing. As Ally Switch also does nothing, it only works on double battle. And Flamethrower will get the KO, 3v3. As up next, Gyarados. Again, up against Fro. Aqua Tail, good damage. Safeguard. And Drain Punch not gonna do much due to Flying type, but it does heal a little bit. Thunder Fang, a little bit more. Brick Barrack again. He's a Flying type, it's not gonna do much. You want to copy the Electric type if you want to do some damage. Horn Drill misses. And it would have actually worked. Smoke Screen. Does it hit? Hits the cut, but not a lot of damage. Wild Charge. More electric moves from the electric weak Gyarados. As here's the Wild Charge from the other side. And does get the KO. As up next, the Swoobat comes in. Gets the kill with the Torch Song. Gets a little bit of special attack. Up next, the Ferrophone gets on the field. Iron Tail, not gonna do much. Lowers the defense, but also takes some chip damage. Metronome Shockwave, good damage. But it switches out. The Butterfree gets onto the field. Last Resort, not gonna work with only one move. Icicle Crash, half the HP is gone. Swallow, not gonna work. Of course, you have to use a certain move beforehand. Strength, and Bell Drum doesn't work under 50%. Heatwave will get the KO. And now it's a 2v1. And the Bind is gonna do a little bit of chip damage every turn. And that's a lot of damage. Guard Swap, not gonna do much of help at the moment. Play Rough, just a little bit more of chip damage on both sides. Lowering the attack, that's good. It is a physical attacker, but it's not enough to stop the kill. Shadow Sneak does get the KO. It's a 1v1 again. Shadow Sneak again. More chip damage. Do we get anything? Some charge. A little bit of special defense. Cotton Spore doesn't work. Would have lowered the defense. The speed. Not that it would have mattered much. It's always guaranteed on who goes first. Last Respects almost gets the KO. Stockpile. A little bit of defense. But is it too little too late? Ice Spinner. And yes, it is. And that's a 2-0. Mercy wins the set 2-0. As we go to the final one of the week, Maisie up against Biscuit. Still yet to lose a set. Still on the perfect at the moment. We have to wait and see, will it stay that way? Cosmic Power from the Wobbuffet. Biscuit would love to keep first seed for as long as possible, maybe even go for a perfect the entire way through. Ice Beam to start us off. Leech Life, big from the cast form, still on maximum HP. Metal Burst, good damage in return. Whirlpool, gonna do some cheap damage throughout the fight, at the very least for as long as the cast form is on the field. Magnetize now got the immunity to ground as well. Seismic Toss not gonna do enough. Just enough HP on the cast form to tank it. Mystic Fire, it's gonna lower special attack, but Burning Jealousy is gonna do enough. And that's a lead. Mr. Kelly gets on the field next. But Thunderwave gets reflected right back and gets itself paralyzed. Spirit Shackle gonna do a little bit due to being super effective. Eerie Impulse again bounces right back and loses some special attack. Mach Punch not gonna work. Of course, Shadow Claw, and that's gonna be the KO. The perfect move he could have gotten, and that's the one that got the KO. As Dragon Rush on the other side, Bounce getting ready to set up Tinkaton onto the field. And Bounce misses. That's a big choke. Misty Explosion, that's an even bigger choke. It's just one more down. A Dash Bun gets onto the field. Expending Force, not enough. Eruption gonna do nothing with only 2 HP and a lower special attack present, but he's immune. Ghost type again. Parabolic Charge to heal just a little bit. Will it make a difference? Not really, as Shore Up on the other side and a Paralysis. Can we get a KO? Roar of Time will do it, but now has to stay charged for another turn. Cherry Cola the Ludicolo gets on the field and not doing much so far. But does get some spikes on the other side. It now has the ability Simple. We have to wait and see how this will affect everything. Icy Wind lowering the speed. Psychic Terrain onto the field. Charm lowering attack by a lot because of Simple. Strength going to do absolutely nothing. Spin out and loses some more speed. One of the sides extremely slow, the other side extremely weak. As Superpower gets on and also loses some offense and some defense. As we have a switch. Como onto the field. Stealth Rock gets on the field. That's an interesting one. Aurora Veil not going to work. High Horsepower. And that's just a little bit more. Spin out. Huge amounts of damage, but loses a lot of speed as well. Foul Play. Not gonna do much. Good typing against it. Eerie Spell takes it down. Now only one left on the other side. The Dragapult has to do a 2v1. It has been known for being clutch so far. Can it keep it up? Hammer Arm not going to work. Hydro Cannon, that's not going to do a lot, and he has to stay charged. Moonlight heals right back. That's a huge lead at the moment. Acrobatics, just a little bit more, but here comes the Cursed Body. That's the main reason this Pokemon has been scary thus far. Struggling a little bit, deciding to just stay with the struggle. Maybe can just chip him out. Here comes the Poison. More struggle. That's a lot of chip damage, and the Poison is gonna take it 1v1. Cherry Cola onto the field. Relatively even on HP. Psychic Cut doing a lot. Force Wipe. Immune. Who will take the game? Wave Crash is gonna do it. And Biscuit takes game number 1. And if Biscuit takes the next game, they continue their sweep. We'll also finally win a game with a 2-0 rather than a 2-1. But we have to wait and see what will happen. Up next. And that is a miss for the first move. Starting off this time, the Ludicolo is up first. A bit of a switch, the cast form staying behind for now. Esper Wing, giving it a little bit of speed, but still slower overall. Dragon Rush, and a Bug Bite on the other side, and no more berries for Cherry Cola. Body Slam, no Paralysis. Power Split, not gonna do enough. Swift for just a little bit of damage. Here comes the Giga Drain. And the Drain Punch, again, resistant, not gonna do a lot. Explosion though, and that is a kill on the Wobbuffet, killing itself, not enough to kill the other side, but a crunch coming from the good boy Doggo will get the KO. 3v3, Drill Peck to start us off. Fire Fang continuing its up, and a Memento, and it's another self-kill for Biscuit, losing 2 Pokemon by itself. It's a 2v3, Tinkaton with the Spark. And just a little bit more Double Edge just to get rid of the 100 HP. It would seem Wrap just gonna do a little bit of chip damage at a time. Powder Snow. And gets the freeze. Wait a minute. We have a freeze on the field. Tinkaton is frozen. A little bit of a Dragon Dance, but is it too little too late? Let's see. Tackle gonna do just a little bit more. As The Tinkaton is still frozen. The Rap is doing the damage though, as Power Trick on the field still frozen and still damaged by the Rap. 2% left. Cleaseless Edge still frozen. Gets some spikes on the field, but gets the KO as it's a 2v2. Doesn't even need to be on the field, but here it is, out of the freeze. And Phantom Force. Will Phantom Force do much? Maybe. But that extra defense definitely helped out. Came in at just the right time to keep Tinkaton on a good health. For Corviknight, definitely happy about this one. Biscuit looking good so far. Smart Strike, just a bit more damage. Takes the lead for now. Hyper Beam, not gonna hit, but honestly, it seems better if it doesn't. Unless we get something bad right here, which, well, we just get another Hyper Beam. Okay. Mr. Kelly really wanted to hit the Hyper Beam, so we got to hit the Hyper Beam. Good for them. Good for them. It's always good when you hit what you want. Sand Storm hits, and so does the Can't Miss Aura Sphere. Revelation Dance gets the KO, as now it's a 2v1. This is potentially Maisie's last Pokemon for the run as a recover from the other side. As Psyshield Bash not doing much, but does up some defense. Fight, no special attack, and the other side has an insane amount of defense. It doesn't look good at the moment for Maisie. Roar, that is probably the best move we could have gotten. We need someone else to get on the field, but this is also scary. Remember, Cursed Body is all it takes for the game to end, and here it is. The Cursed Body gets on the field, and as long as it doesn't kill himself, as long as it doesn't kill itself, it's a win, because they can't even switch out. Confide lowered the special attack, and now down to 14%. Is the game over? Maybe. Here's the switch, and it is in fact over. Biscuit wins 2-0 and stays perfect for the moment. Maisie and Seal still at the bottom, but we still have 4 weeks to go. See you in week 6, and see you then.